Be mindful, observe what's happening around you, and enjoy the blessings that come your way. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden. I am out here in the rain. I couldn't help myself. No, I couldn't help myself. I just love the garden, and that's a plane that you hear flying over because it's early in the morning. As I look out my door, I see the rain and I see everything just being wet and moist. And I cannot go out and meditate in the garden, but I can look out the window, look out the door, and see the garden. I know that the rain is not forever, but yet I long to go out and be in my garden and experience the joys of this moment. And it is raining, but I just love the garden. And you know what? We have to decide on what is important to us, what really matters. That's my thought for today. What is it that really matters to me? What do I care about? And if I care about it and if it matters, then I need to take the time to think about it and to make sure that I tend it and care for it. And it's the same thing with the garden. When we're in the garden, if the garden really matters to us, then we need to spend time tending it and cultivating it and making sure that it is going well. It's raining outside, but I can't help myself. I'm going to go outside and look because I just missed the meditation. And everything is just so wet. Look at the roses. Look at these roses. They're so laden down with water. I did spend some time staking my curly pink rose down there. But the thing is that the garden just enjoys the rain and the water. So I can't be mad about it because it's bringing so much beauty to the land and to the garden. There's a scripture that says that we are a well-watered garden. And it's true. It's so true. We are. Well, you know, in my own personal devotion, I was looking at this in my Bible app, and it says, living a life that matters must be full of actually doing all sorts of things that matter. Doing things that matter doesn't mean you have to create your own huge global spanning movement. No, instead it's contributing to the largest global spanning movement in the history of the world, finding ways to live and be the person that God has created you to be. And I think that's such an important point. That having this garden is not necessarily a great movement, but in this moment, it's important. And it's blessing my soul. And I'm sure, as I'm sharing it here, that we can take time to observe and to grow and to be and to do things that matter, at least things that matter to us. And this matters to me. This garden, it matters. So I don't mind tending it. I don't mind caring for it. And that's how God feels about us too. He loves us, and He doesn't mind tending us and caring for us and helping us. But we've got to be willing to let Him do His work, His perfect work in us. And that means spending time thinking and meditating and dwelling on His goodness. The garden just looks so healthy and happy, even though I'm getting wet. It's amazing because I don't mind. It's just standing here in the rain because I'm just soaking in all of this beauty. Beauty for my mind, my soul, and my spirit. Now, I don't know about my body if it's getting anything out of this. I guess it is because I'm breathing in the goodness, the fresh, clean air. Well, it's time for me to go back inside. I gotta get busy for the day. Everything looks good, even though it's so wet. Look at these roses. These rose petals are falling off and into my pot. It came from this one. You know what that tells me? That everything is for a moment. And you have to enjoy the moments in life. You can't just let them go by. You have to spend some time and enjoy your life, because it will pass away in a moment. These moments. I don't mean to be sounding morbid, but the point is that be mindful, observe what's happening around you, and enjoy the blessings that come your way. That's what I mean. Look at this one. This new one opening up. And there's hope for the future of more roses to come. Because look. Yeah. That leaves me on a happy note. All right, let me go inside and get ready for the day. In my book, Lady Wisdom Speaks, there is a proverb that I look at. There's a proverb there that says to make sure that you are observing and managing what is happening in your household. That the Proverbs 31 woman, she looked and observed, and she made sure that everything was going well in her household and for all of the people that she managed. And so it's important for us to figure out what is it and do that. Well, I'm out here. I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist being out in the garden. And it's drizzling and it's raining. But I just like how everything just comes alive with the water. Now, I just planted these dahlias in here. And they are looking very happy in this spot. Yesterday I put in these zinnias, but the rain has beaten them down. There's nothing like direct sowing in the ground with zinnias and plantings. At least for me, I have more success when I direct sow the zinnias versus putting them in pots and then putting them out, but who knows? I'm going to still remain hopeful. I love how this bed is turning out. Now this is mint here. I love this mint. It smells so good. And these other plants as well. These are annuals here. But this bed, I think, is coming along really well. It's shaping up nicely. Now back here in the vegetable garden, I just like how it looks. I like the design. The rain has been so hard on the plants. It was a really hard rain. Look at this snail. I don't know, there's all these snails in my garden. But you cannot stay here. I love your shell. But that's the end of that. Yep. Now this is very interesting. These are the same tomatoes, but grape tomatoes that I planted here at the same time as these on this side. Oh, I'm gonna have to help this out. And look at how these are growing so well. It's one thing with the garden, there's always something to do. Yeah, I'm going to have tomatoes soon. And my Maya lemon leaves are opening up. Every day I like to come out and visit the garden because things are changing and you have to tend them. You can't just let it be. Otherwise it can get out of hand. It'll run amok. Look at this. I really like the variegated leaves on the nasturtium. I'm going to have to do that again next year. Well, my cucumbers are starting to grow and they're going to reach the trellis soon. I'm going to have to tie them up or string them to help them find their way. That's the potato. Now I planted here, these came out really good. These are little seedlings of kale. I started them over on the other side of the garden and I transplanted them here. And these little kale seedlings look very happy here. My tomatoes are doing well. These are the beefsteak style tomatoes. And they're growing well, and they have flowered. That means that I'm going to get some beautiful tomatoes later on in the year. And these eggplants aren't doing too bad either. Now this is a potato. That's the only thing with rain. You have to then go and stake things back up. Help them back up so that they don't stay on the ground. But this is looking really nice. I'm getting wet, so I'm going back inside. But I'll be back out again, right? Yeah. Every day brings new experiences and new blessings. We can choose to see the world as half full or half empty. I've decided that I want to see the world in an optimistic way. It is my choice. I'm not being naive about things. I just choose to look at life as how God sees it, full of opportunity and possibility. If our life is a garden, then we have the responsibility to take care of it. For we can dig up the weeds or we can let them grow. We can select what plants we want to have in our garden. We can have water. We can water it, we can cultivate it, and we can harvest. What do you want for your life? What do you want in your garden? You know what? I believe that we need to do the things that matter, and you will get there. You will have the success that you're looking for, and you will definitely experience the joy of life. And that's what I want. I want to have a joy-filled life, a life full of wonder and awe and excitement and joy. Joy, joy, joy. And I know that you can have that too. What do you do in your garden? What matters to you? What's important to you? Do that thing that matters so that you can live a full, rich, and satisfying life. Yeah. Do it. Do what matters so that you can live a satisfying life. Well, have a good day. I'm asking that you share, like, and subscribe, and come on back to Catherine's Garden. Well, see you next time. Bye.